Oh, look at this, man. Oh! Dude. Dude, this image, man. Alright, My Hero, Season 7, Episode 9. They've got their work cut out for them this week. After what they gave us last week, the bar has been set. That was a top 5 episode of My Hero all time for me last week. And I'm kind of mad at myself for even suggesting that Shoto could have possibly killed Darby in that moment, because that's just not what we're trying to do in My Hero, right? That's not what being a hero is about. There was a lot of notions around Darby, like heading towards his death anyway, throughout the whole episode. And that's kind of what even led me to that thought process to begin with. But that whole situation leads nicely into what I've been thinking about this last week, in that I'm really, I don't want to say struggling, but I'm finding it hard to put into words where I really think we're going with My Hero, right? Because as a lover of traditional shonen, when I look at these characters like Shigaraki, Toya, Toga, just to name a few, you look at the things that they've done and there's no way around it. There is no forgiving what these characters have done, but they weren't always like this, right? There was some event that happened early on in their lives for each of them, and there are many more villains and other characters that this applies to, not just these three. But something happened, obviously All For One's been heavily involved as well, and it turned them into what they are today, right? Like I said, there's no forgiving these characters, but we're working towards something. And I think the society as a whole in My Hero is very flawed. Like hero society, the concept of heroes and villains, and just the way that society tends to react to a lot of these situations. So maybe we're moving towards an eventuality where we're trying to acknowledge a lot of what's going on in terms of how people with certain abilities are being mistreated. Darby had a big line 2 episodes ago about people's suppressed feelings or opinions, something like that. But for Shigaraki specifically, and this is just the most extreme example, like he needs to die, right? Because of everything that he's done. But ever since the whole gentle criminal stuff and just the way that people like Deku and Shoto are looking at the villains and wanting to save them. Even Uraraka saying to Toga, I want to stop you. I don't want to kill you. None of that. Are we going to save them from All For One, perhaps? From the concept of there being villains in the world? Is that even possible? But then what are we going to do with these people, you know, once we've saved them? I think All For One needs to die. I think he's the only character that death actually makes sense for. And this is far from the first time I've mentioned any of this throughout this season. But because of how I even thought that Shoto could have killed Darby last episode, I thought it was a good time to kind of get my thought processes out there as to how I even thought that to be a possibility, you know. But look, we'll just see, man. But with that being said, for this episode coming up, I would love to see a little conclusion perhaps to what actually transpired at the end of last episode between Shoto and Darby. And then I imagine we'll move off to some other instance. I think the thing I'm least invested in right now is the Endeavor, Hawks, and All For One situation. But I'm not putting it past the show to do something really epic with what's going on there as well. Of course, we have Deku trying to get to where Bakugo and Shigaraki are, and there's Toga literally sitting with, you know, Sad Man's Parade in her back pocket. I reckon that's gonna pop off soon. But that's enough out of me. Quite a long intro, I know. Shout outs to all of you who stuck through that. But I'm gonna get into the episode now and find out what actually happens. Like and subscribe. Check out the Patreon for early access to my Hunter x Hunter and Avatar videos if you're interested. And with all that being said, enjoy the video. I'll gladly relive this moment, man. It's the soundtrack for me. Oh, this... Oh, yeah. It's so minimal, but it's doing exactly what it needs to. Yeah, he's cooked. He's done. Dude, Shoto's the guy a little bit. That's big time, man. Blue Flame, what a name. This is a huge win. This is a big deal. But I have a feeling like this is a very early up. I don't think it's gonna last, man. We'll see. Extras. Oh, with the beat drop? Hold on now. Oh, they all get to hear it? Yeah. So, these guys are kind of important. Who are these guys? Is this the sludge villain from the start of the show? Demeanor's kind of clutch. Uh-oh. Yes, sir, Kirishima. Kirishima needs to have another big moment too. And of course he's with Mina, man. That's a perfect combination. Okay. Damn, look at these guys. This guy in the middle looks lit. Extras. Are we looking at all the other students? I feel like that's what we're doing. Yeah. Oh, hold on now. What's going on in here? How are we dealing with Shigaraki? We're just blowing him up over and over again. That works. He's so different now, man. And it's awesome. What's this guy's vibe? I'm sure I know this VA from somewhere. Look at this guy. Okay. I can't read his name properly. Spinner. Dude, and there's something about Shoji going on here as well. The intro or the outro, he was doing something in there. Oh. I don't think it's a coincidence that right now we've got two, what are they called, heteromorphs? Up against Spinner right now. That's potentially interesting. So like, Spinner's not always this big, right? What is going on here? Has he always been able to do this? Okay, he got an extra quirk. Yeah, the heteromorphs. Spinner is the least flushed out villain though. Jesus, look at him. Jesus, look at him, man. Even his sword's bigger. He's a real one. They both are. What? What does that mean? What is that? It was similar to what Shoto did last episode, man. That's all I'm gonna say. Oh, of course. Of course. What are you feeling? We've moved past this, man. No, we've moved past this. He's trying to. Oh, that's kind of dope. Okay. Stain coming in clutch. Okay. Hold on now. Oh, this is a new one. Oh, the feathers. Fake feathers, that's tough. Similar to Shigaraki a little bit in some ways. This is new as well. And Dev has been cooking a little bit. Inside the mind of All for One here.
エンデバーが制裁を書いているんじゃないか。放出続けるぞ。ダメージは入ってる。超再生の類は補給していない。
Wonder if he's just trying to mess with their minds, man.
皆己の役目を果たすため必死で戦っているよ。なぜ君だけが心をよそにやれる？
Yep. No, it's not like that. I think he wanted to be there, man. Yep, come on. He tries to get you with his words, man. He knows what to say in these moments. And then you got United States of Smash, bro. Oh no. This is gonna work, isn't it? Yeah, because he took it. They only found his jaw. Yeah, okay. Ah, okay, I never thought about that. Yeah, he needs help. Okay. Jesus, what is that? I can't lie, man. Endeavor got absolutely baited into that. Nagant's replacement. What? Okay? JIRO is on his back, man. Oh, what? Of course Tokoyami comes to where Hawks is, man. Yep. Back to the comics, man. That's looking a bit different, JIRO. What you got on those things? Yeah, he's got a chunk missing from him, man. Look at this. Look, yeah, I get it, man. I get it. Your two sons. Yeah, you're being a bit silly, man. What are these feathers gonna do? Are they just to soften his fall or something? There is a lot of blood falling from that wound, man. Okay. Well, now that Endeavor's not here, you need him even more, right? Yeah. Yeah, good. JIRO. I love this relationship. Dude, facts, we've seen that. We're gonna have a big Endeavor moment, man. I can feel it. It might not be this episode, but I can feel it. Don't do anything to JIRO. Hold on now. Yeah, she's shitting herself, but... Hey, hold on now, things are happening. Okay. Okay. Come on, JIRO, focus up. It's a new experience, I get it. She was reminding me of Aoyama, the way she was looking. Think of Kaminari. Think of Kaminari. Jesus Christ. Did we dodge it? I think we dodged it. But that's insane, man. Ooh, -1. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, okay. Oh! No. It's just the extras thing. Dude, she is -1.
魔王に立ち向かっていい特別な人間なのだと
Shit, man! There's no post-credits. Dude! Look, it's a necessary episode, but for lack of better words, that's a bit of a blue ball after last episode, I'm not gonna lie. I kinda love being in the middle of stuff like this, where there are a lot of things going on. You know, we haven't even looked at Deku or Toga, Uraraka. We've barely looked at Bakugo and Shigaraki the last few episodes. That's all just waiting in the background to just go off, right? And now we've got this that's just been presented to us. And when Kaminari had his massive moment in the raid a few seasons ago, I can't remember who it was, but someone told him, like, think of something or someone that you want to protect, and he thought of JIRO, man. And I couldn't help but think of that in this instance, man. I hope there's a turnaround, right? And JIRO and Tokoyami come back, and JIRO has that same moment. That's what I'm here for. She's still got one of her earphone jacks, you know? She might come in clutch here. I'm here for it. But I love that a big part of this episode was Shoto defeating Darby being such a big deal just throughout the ranks. Obviously it is a big deal, but everyone hearing about it, knowing that Shoto was able to, you know, stop Darby and deal with one of the massive 3 points that they had with Shigaraki and All For One being the other two, that seemed to really motivate and instill a lot of like encouragement in everyone else. And with the title of the episode being Extras, with the episode focusing mostly on other members of Class 1A, like not the main characters, if you will. Like there's a bit of a situation going on with Kirishima and Mina against, I'm wondering if these are the same, well, I'm assuming they are the same villains that killed Midnight, right? Like that's what that situation is alluding to for me. And having Kirishima and Mina together is great. They have a lot of backstory together. Shoji and, I'm not gonna lie, I don't know his name. I know his hero name, it's like Anima, right? Or something. But both of them being in front of Spinner, who's absolutely juiced up from an extra quirk from All For One, trying to become, you know, the leader of the heteromorphs in whatever society they're trying to create. And I imagine Shoji and the other homie count as heteromorphs, right? So I think this is really symbolic. I hope I'm not wrong about that because I'm gonna look like an idiot. But that's been set up as well. And Fat Gum and Aoyama in front of, what did he call himself? All For One's assassin? I'll try and grab his name because when it popped up, the subtitles were kind of blocking it out and I was trying to take everything in. Tartarus Jailbreaker, Kunaida? Hey, he's got some, I love his aesthetic, man. I love his whole design, but he's got some purple flower situation about him. So that's been set up as well. Like all of these little fights with not main characters, like extras, if you will. And then it was all about the All For One fight for the rest of the episode. I can understand that Endeavor's going through it a little bit, you know? They did say they'll deal with Toya together, but if Shoto's just been the one to do it, that's great. And they acknowledged in the episode that Endeavor wouldn't have been able to deal with Toya, you know, in the headspace that he's in right now, right? I think it was Hawks who said that, because they're living for different reasons right now. Shoto and Endeavor, right? Endeavor's living in atonement, and Shoto is trying to like save his family, save Toya. It's so interesting. But he's let All For One, you know, talk no jutsu his way out of a situation once again. Endeavor's mind is probably quite frail to these things, as we do see throughout the episode as well at this point, which, look, it makes sense, but we need to move past that. And I can see this setting up a pretty epic Endeavor moment. When Endeavor fought that high-end Nomu that one time, man, look, I don't care how you felt about Endeavor at that point. That was epic. So if we get something else like that again, I'm here for it. We saw a bunch of new Endeavor moves as well. And I have said before, I think it's pretty symbolic and significant if Endeavor's the one that beats All For One, because he's the new #1 hero, right? All Might's done it twice, like he's beaten him twice, but we need to put him down for good in some way, shape or form. And look, man, here's where my head's just gone. So Endeavor keeps having that dream with his family around the table and he's not there. So to me, that's kind of leading to an eventuality where Endeavor doesn't make it through the whole season, right? Or the whole series, I should say. And it doesn't look like Darby is going to either, unless, I don't know, there's all sorts of things you could talk about with Eri and Recovery Girl. I don't know, maybe not so much Recovery Girl, but definitely Eri. I'm trying not to bring Eri into every conversation because with her quirk, the possibilities are just limitless, but like it has to be said here. But I can see a world where Endeavor sacrifices himself to take out All For One, man. I think that would make a lot of sense. Could we be heading towards that here? I don't think so. Like, I think Endeavor needs to have a moment, like with his whole family before that happens, right? Like maybe even Toya. I don't know. I feel like they need to have a conversation. But we had a plan for All For One here. You know, approach him with a small but strong crew. And fortunately, unfortunately, I don't know. I think fortunately that JIRO and TOKOYAMI have turned up as soon as Endeavor has been taken out for the meantime. Potentially JIRO can break open All For One's, you know, life support helmet with sound waves. That would be sick. TOKOYAMI being here with Hawks makes a lot of sense. But like, this is All For One, man. And look, this is the gravity of the situation. It's not looking good. All four of them, Endeavor, Hawks, JIRO, and TOKOYAMI, they are hurting right now. But quite often, these situations are never as they seem in cliffhangers. And I feel like JIRO was getting ready to do something cool. I know she was shitting herself, right? Like, she just almost died, probably twice in a row to All For One then. But she's here. They have a plan. You know, I'm here for the big epic JIRO moment. Some cool Dark Shadow things with TOKOYAMI as well. Yeah, I'm here for that as well. And I hope we get it, man. If All For One kills any of these guys here, I'm gonna be mad. Especially JIRO, man. I'm not gonna lie. I've got a bit of a soft spot for JIRO. I feel like I relate to her a lot. And also because when she sings the song in the festival, it's sung by Chrissy Costanza, the lead singer of Against the Current, which is one of my favorite bands. And I didn't even know that till recently. But I think that's it for this one, man. It's not that there wasn't any action. It's just, it's not on the same level as it was last week. You know what I mean? But you have to go down a little bit before you can go back up again. I understand that. But I'm going to leave this one here now. So thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you want to see more. And as always, please continue to leave your comments and feedback down below. You know, I always appreciate it. And we'll see you all in the next episode of My Hero